Good morning, children. So, in continuation with our previous class on relation and function, part 1. So, today we are going to study relation and function, part 2. So, in which we will be discussing equivalence relation and equivalence class. Okay. Now, before we commence the first today's class. So just I want to recap. I want you to recap whatever we have done in previous class. So we have done what is the Cartesian product, right? So Cartesian product of A and B, that is a set of ordered pairs AB, so that A belongs to first set A and B belongs to second set B. And also any relation R from A to B is a subset of a Cartesian product B. We have done that, and also we have done relation on a same set. It means R is a relation on the set of integers. R is a relation on the set of real numbers. Yeah, R is a relation on any set A. Right? So in that case, R is a subset of a Cartesian product A. Okay? And also we have taken 6 types of relations. Okay? So relation R on set A can be divided into 6 types. So empty relation means what? Suppose you have A is 1, 2, 3. If I write here R is a relation such that xy such that x plus y equal to suppose 10. So if I take like this, so any relation R in which sum of x and y is 10, so it is not possible in this case, because if you have all the ordered pairs, a Cartesian product A, so you can get 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3. So in none of the cases you are getting sum of the first components and second components equal to 10. So you cannot get any element in this relation. So this relation is your empty, one of the examples of empty relations. Identity relation means when R is a relation on the set A in which every element is related only to itself. Okay. So it means in this case we can have R equal to 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. That we have discussed. Okay, it is related only to itself. Third one, we have taken universal relation. Here we have taken R equal to a Cartesian product A. It means all the elements are related to the whole set, you can say. So it means every element is related to, all other elements. So here you see, for example, if I take 1, 2, 3 here, suppose in this case R is a relation on set A, so that R is xy such that you can say x plus y greater than 0. So you see, if you consider any ordered pair on the set A Cartesian product A, so you can get, sum of the first and second components is always greater than 0, right? So it means if you consider relation, defined in this way, actually you are getting whole A Cartesian product A. So when relation are equal to A Cartesian product A, so we get universal relation. So all the elements have been taken. Reflexive symmetric transitive, in reflexive relation we have taken for x belongs to A, x are x. It means the element is related to itself. Now the difference between identity and reflexive relation is what? So whenever you say here also every element is related to itself. Okay, but here we are very specific in our words. Every relation is related only to itself. And in case of reflexive also we are taking for x belongs to A, x are x. It means For all x belongs to A, x is related to itself. Just like every number is equal to itself, every triangle congruent to itself, every triangle similar to itself. Such examples we take in reflexive relation that we already have discussed. So, but what is the difference between these two? So, here you see, if I write here, I am taking the same set. If I write here 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. And here also I am taking 1, 2 and I may take 2, 3 also. If I take like this, so this relation cannot be taken as identity relation, because in identity relation we take every element is related only to itself, right? Here also we take every element is related to itself, that only term is missing here first, language wise. And also you see here 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, but here we have taken some extra elements also. Means if we take 1, 2, 2, 3, okay, still it can be reflexive, but it cannot be identity relation. So the basic difference between identity relation and reflexive relation is this: every identity relation can be a reflexive relation, but all the reflexive relations they are not identity relation. Okay, here you cannot take, even if you take 1, 1, 2, 2, you do not take 3, 3. Still it cannot be identity relation, because every element to be taken and every element that has to be related to only to that self. Okay, now symmetric we have just for x, y belongs to the set, given set x are y implied y are x, means here we consider x related to y implied y similarly related to x. Okay, and equality, congruence, parallel, similar triangles, right? Yeah, even if if L1 perpendicular to L2, in case of set of lines, L2 is also perpendicular to L1, right? So that is symmetric relation, that also we have discussed earlier. Transitive, here for three elements x, y, z belongs to the given set A. X are y, y are z implies x are z. It means here x related to y, y related to z implies x similarly related to z. Okay, so that is, again you can say A equal to B, B equal to C implies A equal to C. So on the set of numbers, means it may be integers, it may be real numbers. Okay, so if we take this set, three equality of numbers, so that can be taken as transitive relation. Similarly, when you take three triangles also, right? Triangle 1, triangle 2, triangle 3. Triangle 1 similar to triangle 2, triangle 2 similar to triangle 3. So this implies triangle 1 is also similar to triangle 3. Okay, but on the other hand, whenever you take, so sometimes like if I take L1 perpendicular to L2 on the set of lines, L2 perpendicular to L3. So L1 is not perpendicular to L3. So on the set of lines is perpendicular to, that relation cannot be transitive. And one more beautiful thing about transitive relation is, so one of the trivial cases, sometimes like in general to show relation is transitive, we usually show in this way: x are y, y are z implies x are z. Okay, but sometimes the relation, transitive relation, the relation is not possible. Okay, so in that case we consider that the relation is transitive. It means by default we take the relation is transitive. For example, you see, if I write here one of the questions in your NCERT book also, that is, the relation is in the set of human beings R is xy such that x is wife of X is wife of Y. Okay, so this is a question in your NCERT book. So in this case you see, whenever you, and the question is to check whether it is reflexive, symmetric, transitive or not. Okay, when you want to, if you want to check for reflexivity, you can just now see X or X, means you have to see whether X is wife of it, herself. It's not possible, right? So the relation is not reflexive. And also if you say X is wife of Y, it doesn't imply Y wife of X. So the relation is not relation is not symmetric. But if you want to check for transitivity, you see, whenever you write X or Y, means whenever we write X or Y, Y or Z. Okay, so X or Y means what? X is wife of Y. But when X is wife of Y, so obviously Y is not, a female person. Then Y or Z, is it possible? And X or Y, X wife of Y. So how come Y wife of Z? So here we cannot establish X or Z. It's not possible, right? It's not possible means it's not violating the condition of transitive relation. But what is happening here? It is not possible, right? When X wife of Y, Y cannot be wife of Z. So we cannot even reach third stage to prove it. So considering this as a trivial case, because here we cannot, we cannot get the relation basically. It's not whether the relation is transitive or not. We cannot even form the relation here. Okay, so such cases, so by default we consider the relation is transitive. So that is the very special case. Yeah, you can say beautiful case in case of transitive relations. Okay, so in case of reflexive symmetric, as usual we go transitive if the relation is possible. Like for example, I took the example of the line perpendicular to L1 perpendicular to L2. So L1 perpendicular to L2, L2 perpendicular to L3. So L1 perpendicular to L3 is not true. So in that case, relation is there, but it is not transitive. But here it is relation. The relation is not true in fact. Okay, so we cannot even establish, reach that relation. So that's why this case, this can be taken as transitive. So when we take the relation XY such that X is wife of Y, this relation is neither reflexive nor symmetric, but it is transitive. Okay, so this is one of the cases I just wanted to tell you. And also we have done when the relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, it is called an equivalence relation. So now we will take one question of, considering relation is equivalence relation and how to do this, and next we will come to equivalence class. Okay. So see the question. The relation R on set A is X belongs to set of integers Z such that X lies between 0 and 12, both inclusive, defined by R equals to ordered pair AB such that mod A minus B is a multiple of 4. So here the relation on set A is mod A minus B is a multiple of 4. Show that R is an equivalence relation on set A. Also find set of all elements related to 1. So to prove relation is equivalence relation, you have to prove the relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Okay, to show R is reflexive. Okay, to show R is reflexive, so then we can start with let X belongs to set A. So your X is any element out of this 0 to 12, from 0 to 12. So here you are given a, b, so you may take a here instead of x, maybe you can take a here. A belongs to this. Now a minus a mod of this, that is equal to 0, is a multiple of 4. 0 is a multiple of 4. Okay, so when you take a minus b, mod a minus b is a multiple of 4. Here mod a minus a is 0, that is multiple of 4. It means your a are a. So a related to itself. This implies r is reflexive. Okay, second one is to show r is symmetric. You have to show r is a symmetric relation. So in symmetric relation you consider two elements. Suppose for example I take, let AB belongs to set A. It means A and B are elements from 0 to 12. Now also we take, let A or B. So let A or B means A is related to B. This means mod A minus B is a multiple of 4. Whenever we take the relation, we have to just go back to this whatever is given to us. Okay, now this implies when you take mod A minus B is a multiple of 4. As you know, mod A minus B is equal to mod B minus A. So we can take this implies mod B minus A is a multiple of 4. Okay, the reason being mod A minus B equal to mod B minus A. So when mod A minus B multiple of 4, A or B, when we take mod B minus A multiple of 4, it will be B or A. This implies your B or A, means B related to A. This implies R is symmetric. Okay, because we have proved here A or B implies B or A. Okay, A B से related implies B similarly related to A. Third part is to prove, to show R is transitive. So in this case, again we need three elements. Let A, B, C belongs to set A, given set A. And also we take let A or B, B or C. So it means A or B means what? Mod A minus B is a multiple of 4. And next one B or C means what? Mod B minus C is multiple of 4. Okay, you need what? A or B, B or C implies A or C, means you need mod A minus C multiple of 4. But here you see, as you know, A minus B, B minus C. Okay, if you add A minus B, B minus C, you are getting A minus C. But can you add mod A minus B and mod B minus C directly? Can you add like this? So we cannot add like this, mod A minus B, mod B minus C. So what we need to do, whenever we are having mod A minus B is a multiple of 4, then we can write like this, mod A minus B, let it be 4P, mod B minus C, let it be 4Q, because it is multiple of 4. So this implies your A minus B is plus minus 4P. And this implies B minus C is plus minus 4Q, right? So after you just now free the terms from modular sign, now you can add A minus B, B minus C. So adding these two, A minus B plus B minus C, you are getting plus minus 4P plus minus 4Q. Okay, so you are getting A minus C equal to if you write like this now, plus minus 4, then P plus Q. Okay, it can be written like this. So if I write here, so it is plus 4 into this, yeah, plus minus 4 into this. So if I write here, and obviously we are taking the sign in that order. So A minus C mod equal to, you are getting here 4 times P plus Q, which is a multiple of 4. So now you are getting mod A minus C multiple of 4. This means ARC. So which gives us R is transitive because we have taken ARB, BRC. It implies ARC. So A B से related, B C से related implies A similarly related to C. So this implies R is transitive. It means, so since R is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, we can conclude hence R is an equivalence relation. R is an equivalence relation. Okay. So and also second part of the question is find all the elements related to 1. So all the elements means out of these 0 to 12. So all the elements related to 1 means here relation means mod A minus B divisible, mod A minus B multiple of 4. So you have to see mod, x minus 1 for example. Suppose you see the second part of the question, if I just all the elements related to 1. If I write here mod x minus 1 is a multiple of 4. Now what should be the value of x? If I write here 1 is fine, 1 minus 1 is multiple of 4, fine. Then if I write here 5 minus 1 multiple of 5, fine. If I write here 9, so I am getting 9 minus 1, mod 9 minus 1, that is also multiple of 4. So we can have, so can you try any other element? Suppose I took 11 and 11 minus 1, 10. 10 is not, mod 10 means 10, 10 is not a multiple of 4. So you cannot take any other value. Okay, so you are getting, yeah. So set of all elements related to 1 is given by the set containing the elements 1, 5 and 9. So whenever you have to have this prove some question, prove that relation is equivalence relation, this is the way you can solve it. Okay, our next one is equivalence class, right? So equivalence class, so let me take a very simple example and also I'll take one practical example which you can relate to your classroom situation also. So in equivalence, before I just coming for formal definition, so let me take one example. Suppose you take set of integers, right, and I am taking R is a relation on set of integers I, okay, defined by R equal to xy such that x minus y is even, divisible by 2. Okay, so we can very easily check whether the relation is reflexive, symmetric, transitive or not. So here if you observe, if I write x minus x 0, 0 is divisible by 2, means 0 is an even number. So the relation can be reflexive. Similarly, if I write here x minus y is even, okay, x or y, x minus y even, this implies y minus x is also even, right? When 2 is an even number, minus 2 can be an even number also. So relation can be symmetric. And if I take 3 numbers, maybe see x, y, z, so x minus y is even, y minus z is even. So if I add the 2, x minus y plus y minus z, that is also, this is even, means you are getting x minus z is even. Sum of two even integers is an even integer. Okay, so here you see you are getting this relation is transitive also. So it means we are getting this relation as reflexive, symmetric and transitive, which means are defined like this can be an equivalence class. Is it? It is an equivalence relation. Okay, so please remain attentive. So R is, it is an equivalence relation. Now my next step is, here I am taking it as, so the set of integers I am splitting it as set of even. E stands for even integers, O stands for odd integers, right? So if I take I am dividing this EO, so as we know E intersection O is 5, E union O is set of integers I. So E stands for set of even integers, O stands for set of odd integers. So even and odd together we get whole set of integers, and also they are mutually exclusive, disjoint sets, because no integer is even and odd at the same time. Okay, so now my question is, here if I take the same relation R equal to xy such that x minus y is even, if I write here x or y, if and only if x minus y is even, same relation I am taking here, x or y, if and only if x minus y is even. So let's check whether these are equivalence relations or not. Now as we know, difference of any two even integers is even, right? You may take 2, 4, 6, 8, you can just try any two even integers. So whenever you write x belongs to set of even integers, x minus x0 is even. If you take x minus y even, this implies y minus x also even. Okay. Similarly, if you take three even integers, x, y, z, x minus y even, y minus z even, and if you add the two, so again sum of even integers is even, so you are getting x minus z even. Just like the first case we have proved, so we can prove in this case also. So here R on set E is an equivalence relation. Similarly, if you come here, as you know, difference between any two odd integers is even. You can just cross check 1 minus 3, yeah 3 minus 5, yeah 5 minus 3, 11 minus 9, right? 11 minus 17. Any two odd integers you can check. Difference between two odd integers is an even integer. Okay, so it means a similar way, the way we have proved the first case, and in case of this also, if you take, we can prove this and check whether R is an equivalence relation or not. So if you write, take two odd integers, x minus x 0 is even. If you take any two odd integers, like you can say xy, right? X minus y even, because difference between any two odd integers will be even. So x minus y even, y minus x be even. Similarly, three odd integers, x minus y even, y minus z even, so x minus z be even. So basically here what I want to convey, here also R is an equivalence relation. Okay, so here 2-3 points we need to summarize. First thing, I is splitted into E and O, where E and O are two disjoint subsets of I, right? So it means we have splitted I into two disjoint subsets, right? So this is, so here R is an equivalence relation. R, that is an equivalence relation on I. Okay, and also if we observe these two disjoint subsets of I, that is E and O, so on even integers R is also equivalence relation. On the set of odd integers it is also an equivalence relation. So it means whenever we are splitting the main set which satisfies the equivalence relation, and also these two disjoint subsets, they are also satisfying the condition of equivalence relation. So in this case we can say each one of them are equivalence classes. Okay, so equivalence classes is means we can define in this way. Whenever you have if you consider any equivalence relation, okay, and which is combination of some, I mean here I have taken two cases, even and odd. So if you write here A is a set given to us and R is an equivalence relation on set A. So if I take A equal to A1 union A2 union A3 union A4 for example, and at the same time A1 intersection A2 intersection A3 intersection A4 equal to 5. It means A is splitted into 4 disjoint subsets. So A1, A2, A3, A4 are 4 disjoint subsets of A. So if each one of them, if R is an equivalence relation on A1, A2, A3 as well as A4, and also R is an equivalence relation on A. So each one of them we can say these are equivalence classes of A. Okay, so this is the way to, I mean simple way to understand what is equivalence class. So A1, A2, A3, A4, I mean all these 4 are equivalence classes of A. So see, this is one of the important questions. It has come in 2015 board exam. So we are given A 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 9 and R with the relation on A Cartesian product A defined by AB ordered pair AB related to ordered pair CD if your A plus D equal to B plus C. Prove that R is an equivalence relation. Also find equivalence class this. So whenever we write equivalence class, no, so equivalence class of 1 for example we write like this. So it means 1 within this bracket, equivalence class of 1, right? Equivalence class of A we write like this. So here it is ordered pair, equivalence class of this ordered pair 2, 5. Now here you see, first thing quickly we will do it, we are running out of time, to show R is reflexive. Okay, so you can check. So in case of ordered pair, in case of single element you take X or X. So here single element means single ordered pair. So you can write here, let ordered pair AB belongs to A Cartesian product A. It means you have to show here AB R AB. You can cross check it because here you see whenever you have AB R CD, A plus D equal to B plus C. In this case you should have A plus D, B plus A. So A plus B equal to B plus A because we are taking the set of natural numbers up to 9. Okay, so here we know it, A plus B equal to B plus A. Addition of natural numbers is commutative. So it means here AB R AB, you can say R is reflexive. Similarly, second point is to show R is symmetric, you have to consider 2 ordered pairs. Here you see, let AB R CD. Okay, so it means what? A plus D equal to B plus C. Okay, you need what? You need CDRAB है ना. CDRAB we need means we need C plus B, D plus A. We need this. So A plus D equal to B plus C. We can write B plus C equal to A plus D. Just when A equal to B, then B equal to A. We know it. And also, as we know, set of natural numbers is commutative with respect to addition. So B plus C equal to C plus B. This is equal to D plus A. So this gives us CDRAB. ओके, सो एक बार यहाँ पे भी हम क्रॉस चेक कर सकते हैं. देखो C plus B equal to D plus A. It's correct. So it means the relation is symmetric. Okay. So to see whether it is transitive or not, or to prove it is transitive in fact. So we have to take three ordered pairs A, B, C, D and E, F belongs to A Cartesian product A, and let A, B, R, C, D means these two ordered pairs are related. C, D, R, E, F. Now when we take A, B, R, C, D, it is your A plus D equal to B plus C as per the question. And when we take C, D, R, E, F, similar thing, C plus F equal to D plus E. Okay, now adding the two, because we need A, B, R, E, F. We have to relate A, B and E, F. Now adding the two, if I add the this and this, this implies A plus D plus C plus F equal to B plus C plus D plus E. Now here D cancelled, C cancelled, A plus F equal to B plus E, which gives us AB R E F. So यहाँ पे भी we can cross check. You see A plus F equal to B plus E. So this implies R is transitive. So your conclusion for the first part is, since R is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, it is an equivalence relation. First part of the question is over. Okay, next the second part is obtain the equivalence class of this 2-5 ordered pair. So it is basically, it means you have to find all the ordered pairs which are related to this ordered pair 2-5. Now we have 9 elements here, and A Cartesian product A will contain 81 elements. So if we keep on searching which ordered pair will be related to 2-5, so it will be time consuming. So what we do here, we start like this. Let X, Y are 2-5. Okay, X, Y are 2-5. It means that unknown ordered pair we are taking as X, Y, right? So it means what? Here Y X5, Y2. It means we take X plus 5 equal to Y plus 2, which means Y minus X equal to 3. So to search for the ordered pair which are related to 2-5, what we can do? The difference between Y and X, second component minus first component, should be equal to 3. So to start with 1 minus 4 means 4 can be taken. 4 minus 1. Okay, then 1. If we write here 2, then it would be 5. Means 5 minus 2 is 3. Similarly, 3, 6, 4, 7, 5, 8, 6, 9. Okay, so you can go further. 7, 8 we can take. So 4 minus 1, 3, 5 minus 2, 3, 6 minus 3, 3, 7 minus 4, 3, 8 minus 5, 3, 6 minus 5, 3. So and if you just check it, no, with 2, 5, any ordered pair you can take. So these are the elements. You can say these are the ordered pairs which are related to 2, 5. So we can say this is the equivalence class 2, 5 equivalence class of this. So this is the way to find equivalence class of any element or any ordered pair given to you. Okay, so this is I think is clearly understood to you, and this is one of the important questions from CBSE point of view. And thank you so much for being being patient and very attentive in learning also. So thank you once again. So let's meet in our next class with chapter next topic function. Thank you.